West 4 Dead is a game currently in beta by Raw Fury. It's a skill-based twin-stick shooter starring Ron Perlman. You play as William Mason, a cowboy with amnesia who finds himself in purgatory, fighting more poor unfortunate souls as he explores his new life in the afterlife. The game functions like a dungeon crawler. You advance from room to room, fighting enemies, getting stronger, looting chests and picking up new items and weapons along the way, then fighting a boss at the end. The controls are simple and responsive. The left stick moves you and the right stick aims. X interacts with things you find in the environment, A dodges, and the trigger and shoulder buttons are assigned to your weapons and items. A little detail I do like is that William's head turns to look where you're aiming. The controls are responsive and reliable, like I said, however, aiming can be difficult because of the camera. The camera swings around the map to try and allow you to see as much of the room and enemies as it can, but it doesn't stay in one position, and sometimes the sway can really put you off your aim and your ability to dodge off-screen threats. Thankfully, however, the game has some mechanics that can help make this better. One of the prominent visual aspects of the game is darkness, which heavily complements the game's art style. If an enemy is stood in darkness, then you cannot accurately target them, whereas an enemy in the light, you will have a curved symbol by their feet to let you know you are aiming at that enemy, allowing you to shoot better. Almost like a pseudo lock-on kind of thing. To counter the effects of the dark, you can light these lanterns which will stun enemies and brighten the area. Even if you can't see the enemy, you can tell when one is trying to hit you when a red curve at your feet will indicate where and when an enemy is trying to shoot you, allowing you to take evasive actions. When the area is lit up, enemies aren't always easier to dispatch, as some will try and rush you with melee while others will try and shoot you. Enemies that try and melee you, easy enough. Jump out the way, stay away from them, take them down from range. Enemies that try and shoot you can be countered in two different ways. You can dodge, which slows the game down as the bullet gets closer so you can see if another danger is about to hit you, and you can dodge again in another direction if you need to. Or you can use the cover system. Standing near a waist-high object will make your character take cover automatically, and you can shoot over the cover to attack enemies. It's also a well-made mechanic too, with no button command required. Just aim and shoot like you would normally, and even if your head is out of cover, you can't be hit by enemies from the other side. And if you want to leave cover, just walk away. Simple and smooth. The weapons, composed of mainly Old West guns, work like they would in an RPG. You can carry up to 2 of them at a time, each assigned to your trigger buttons. You also don't have to swap weapons to fire them, and you can fire them freely as you see fit. Each of the guns have different stats, which tell you things like how much HP damage it does, how many bullets are in a clip, its reload time, and sometimes they also have a trait to them. For example, the traitor's revolver scores critical hits when shooting somebody in the back. The weapons also have a useful reload mechanic. They will automatically reload when they're not in use, again, meaning you don't have to rely on a button press, allowing you to focus on staying alive and avoid being hit. Items you pick up, like the smoke bomb, work in the same way, except they're assigned to your bumpers. You can also find things like health pickups and these totems, which will permanently increase your health, damage, and item recharge speed. I can't say for sure if you get to keep the weapons and items you find. This is just a demo of the first level, and once you complete it, it deletes your progress. Well, I say the first level. Every level is randomly generated, including the layout, pickups, encounters, and weapons, so it won't always be the same experience every time you play. Always an appreciated feature, but how in-depth it can go, I can't really discern from the demo. What I can say though is that I played the demo once to see if I would like it, then when I played a second time for the recording, I found new things I didn't before, such as fast travel points and branching paths. Ron Perlman does a good job of playing the cool, calm and collected cowboy of death, but not all the text in the game has voice lines. If I had to guess, maybe he will say a few one-liners here and there, and then a few lines for exposition, but that's as far as it goes. I'm hoping not, because Perlman is a decent actor and he's done some very good voice work in the past. The sound effects are good enough. Guns sound like they should, and there are a few nice details, like the sound of your boots crushing sand, but I feel like it's lacking a bit. For example, there's nothing adding to the atmosphere of the environment other than the occasional wind blowing. I mean, it wouldn't hurt to have maybe some chains rattling, guns echoing because you're in a crypt, or maybe even the sound of a distant gunfight every now and then, just to let you know that you're not alone in this place. The music has the same issues. Again, it's good enough and it serves its purpose, it just feels like it's lacking something to add to the atmosphere. One good thing I can say though is that it does adapt to your situation. 1 minute it's a slow, eerie-ish guitar as you walk through the corridors, then it picks up and adds some more instruments when you enter a gunfight. Finally, the graphics. The graphics I have a love and hate relationship with. As someone who enjoys drawing and likes comics, I do really like this noir style they've gone for. It really adds to the theme of the game, it's visually pleasing and the Ghost Rider head effect is well done and doesn't look lazy. But at the same time, the graphics are causing some minor issues, for me at least. Because the colour scheme is quite dull and brown, it can make some details hard to make out and sometimes this includes enemies. Not too much of a problem and an easy fix on the developer's part, but it's nothing that's going to make me want to stop playing. All in all, West of the Dead is a game I would definitely want to give a try. Its solid controls and gameplay make for a frantic, fast-paced run and gun game, what I once heard described as killing in motion, which is what I think perfectly sums up this game nicely. Granted though, it's only a demo, and the final product could be vastly different and I haven't seen everything this game has to offer, but so far, it's definitely made a good impression on me. So now that you've heard of it, would you play it? Let me know down below. Thanks for watching everyone, and remember you're always welcome at the Spectrum.